Hi, I'm Josh Lambert, the Group Product Manager for the Enablement section, and I'd like to talk a little bit about what we are planning to achieve in the GitLab 13.5 release that will be available on October 22nd. We're working on a couple priorities here in general priority order. The first one is we want to make sure that we continue to provide support to the package team as they work on the container registry schema and partitioning. Overall, this is important for us to have more insight into the storage and overall image layout of the GitLab container registry. And so this is really important to have really a number of benefits out of that. Right now, it's fairly opaque and we have to interact by API and it's not very efficient. So this is pretty important for a number of initiatives here at GitLab and improving the overall user experience of the registry. Next up, we also want to continue to work with the compliance team on the UIUX changes needed to encourage really kind of the optimal querying. So we went through and we partitioned actually the audit events table, but we can't really make use of it until we have the usage patterns of the table that are aligned with the partitioning key. And so the idea is that we'll have some default filtering options that can better align with the partitioning keys, and that will overall let us take advantage of the new table without having performance impacts and in fact performance benefits. So really we're kind of blocked here until this lands, and then once that happens there's a bit more work to do on our side to finish up the partitioning work, and then this will be done. Next up, we want to work on an automatic reindexing of the standard indexes. Essentially, right now you can manually run a repack on the indexes with GitLab, but even if you're doing this and you know to do it, you can still end up with a fair amount of index bloat if you don't do it frequently enough. And of course, some of our self-managed customers likely aren't aware that they have to do this in the first place. So it would be great if we can take advantage of this ourselves automatically for all of our customers. You can see here that we are currently enabling the merge request diff, extra merge request diff files, and this is causing a significant amount of index bloat. And so we are working on this at a fairly high priority here in 13.5 to help target some of this index bloat. And so we'll be working on two items in particular, automatically selecting the indexing for reindexing and also detecting a block situation and cancel the process. So we're working on those two things here to start to be able to support this automatic reindexing process. Looking forward to that. I think it'll have a big benefit on the performance of a lot of our self-managed instances. Next up, we're working on addressing two bugs. These are some of the problems that we have with some migration helpers not copying all constraints. This could lead to, depending on the table, some unfortunate bugs, and we're also working on addressing a rollback helper as well. So those are two items that we're working on here. And then once we get through that, if we have time, we will start working on partitioning the events table. This is a table that is getting quite big, and we are at risk of actually running out of the primary key size. And so we are working on partitioning it to help improve performance and scalability, as this is the table that tracks essentially everything all users have ever done in GitLab on GitLab.com. And so it is quite big, but we also don't want to lose activity as well. So we are working to make sure it can continue to scale in the future. That's what we're working on in the database team. Thank you so much, and we will see you next month.